Hi Caroline, my name's Tara with Accurate Home Inspection. I'm downstairs in your utility room and wanted to show you around a little bit since you weren't able to. So we've got obviously your furnace. I do recommend doing a full service on your furnace at least every other year. And keep in mind, a lot of companies will call and try and market a cleaning. A cleaning is nothing like a service. The analogy I use is your car. If you take your car for a service, they're going to do an oil change, filter change, brakes, tune-up, versus going to the car wash where it really does nothing for the mechanical components of your car. So same with your furnace. You want someone looking at the important mechanical stuff every other year. And changing your filter, I recommend that you do at least every 3 months. The way I remember it is all the major holidays. So Christmas, Easter, Canada Day, and Thanksgiving, you change your filter. All filters have a directionality arrow on them right here. I've put a reminder arrow here so you always remember which way to install your new filters. So the Canada Day filter change is dependent on how you're using your heating system. Right now you can probably hear that the furnace fan is going and they're circulating air in the house. So if you're going to use your furnace fan like that, the ventilation fan a lot in the summer months, then you'll want to change the filter in the summer months. But other than that, it's really not necessary. And then I also don't recommend using too high of quality of filter because your furnace can have a hard time pushing air to the far reaches of the house. So you don't want to use the very best filters. You don't want to use the cheapest, just middle of the road quality filters. This is your humidifier. This mesh pad inside here does have to be changed at least once, or sorry, not changed. It can be changed or cleaned. Clearly they're not using it. It has really never been used. They always have this bit of white coating on the mesh pad. So that's, to me, looks brand new. So you'll want to clean or change this mesh pad every year if you're using your humidifier, which is highly recommended. The air is super dry here in Alberta. I've put up a little chart here talking to you about how to adjust your humidifier, because when it's minus 25 or 30 outside, you can see the air is literally so cold that it can't hold moisture. So you want to turn your humidifier down to, say, maybe 15%. When it warms back up, so say it's minus 5 or 0, then you can crank your humidifier back up to 40%. So that little chart is there. And then over here, your water heater. This is where the shutoff for your humidifier is located. And you can see they have it just partially on, partially off, and that's fine because you don't need a full flow of water going over your humidifier. If too much is going past that over that mesh screen, then you are just literally wasting a lot of extra water, because if it doesn't evaporate, it just goes down the drain. So there's the shutoff for your hot water heater. Or sorry, water tank, hot water tank. The tank is from 2022. I've put a label on there for you. It's a 50 US gallon or 189 liter tank. There's the gas shut off for that. This is an HRV unit, which means heat recovery ventilator. So there is a filter inside of here that will need to be changed, or sorry, cleaned. Likely at least once a year, but maybe every 6 months. So this whole black cube that's inside of there, that whole black cube slides out. But there is also a filter right here that can get cleaned and reinserted. And in a newer neighborhood like this, so there still might be a little extra construction dust and dirt floating around. So you might have to change it or clean it a little more often. But I would for sure check it every 6 months. What else we got over here? This is where your shut-off switch for your furnace is. I don't have my own label for that, but there's a Madame E. Holmes label, oops, here for you to identify that. Let's come over here. This is your water conditioner. So there's really no way for me to check this sort of thing. You'll have to do some research. This is a good brand name. There is just salt tablets. You might be familiar with this system. Just keep this going. They are highly recommended. They are really good for longevity of all your water appliances, like your water heater, your dishwasher, and your clothes washers. This is a sticker I've put up that talks to you about if you ever smell a gas leak. ATCO Gas is the number to call immediately, and they will come and fix any sort of gas leaks that you might have for free. This little chart talks to you about how to adjust or the temperatures that correlate to your water heater. So just to make sure you don't turn it up too high and have the water be scalding hot. They have the water heater right now set fairly low. I think they have kids. I personally would turn it up a little bit higher, but that's a personal preference thing. Over here we have your water meter, and your main water shutoff is right here. This green shutoff. This is a pressure relief valve, which you really never need to mess with. And this over here is your exterior faucet shutoff. This is your main electrical panel. Really not a lot to do in here. You do have a 200 amp service, so if you want to add any sort of, I don't know, a hot tub or any sort of high usage utility, you certainly have lots of room in your panel and capability. This is a water filter that goes to the kitchen. So this is a filter that probably needs to be changed potentially every 6 months. It all, again, depends on your usage. What else do we got down here? So that's kind of a general scope of the utility room. Overall, the basement, which I haven't inspected too terribly much yet, I've just done the utilities, looks good. This is the exhaust fan rough-in for your future bathroom, and this is obviously the toilet and future bathroom sink. Something else I did want to show you over here. There is this seemingly random drain pipe here coming down. This will be from a floor drain in your second level laundry. So if your washing machine ever overflows, this is where it will come down and discharge. Overall, that's kind of down of your utility room and basement. I'm going to include this video as a link in your report, and you can read the report over. Also, just give me a call if you ever have any questions or concerns. Thanks. Have a great day.